Call the meeting to order. Our first item is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The mission of the Marshall Public School District is to educate, support, and prepare all learners for success. Our next item is approval of the agenda.
Motion.
Thanks, Jeff.
Second?
There's a motion by Jeff and a second by Sarah Brink to approve the agenda. Any corrections or additions? If not, I'll call for the vote. And the agenda is approved. Next item is student recognition. This is something we started last year, and we do this once a month. We recognize a student from each building. So kids, how this works, kids and families, thank you for coming. When we call your name, I want you to stand up so we know who we're talking about, and we're each going to read your bio about what your teacher said. So we'll start with Sarah. Brink is going to do the first one.
So this month, Parkside, nominated by Mrs. Hermstead, is Silas Lopez. Silas was chosen as our star writer for the month of December. Silas was chosen for a few different reasons. His handwriting has improved every week. He correctly forms each of his letters, and he remembers everything he needs to write a 5-star sentence. Silas takes pride in his writing, and it shows. He has been writing hard during writing time and has a great attitude. He is willing to work with others during writing projects and is contributing his ideas. I am proud of how hard Silas is working every day and how much he has grown academically in the first half of the school year. Keep up the awesome work, Silas. I am proud of you.
Right, next we have from Southview, nominated by Mrs. Olson. We have Raylan Storm. Raylan is an exceptional leader in and outside of the classroom. Raylan shows up each day with a positive attitude and a big smile on his face. He always goes above and beyond in absolutely everything that he does. Raylan is very kind and compassionate. He genuinely cares about his education and being successful. Raylan is also committed to helping his peers succeed daily. When he is done completing his own work, he immediately takes initiative and helps his peers in any way he can. Raylan is very creative and loves football. He shares his knowledge and positivity with everyone. I'm very lucky to be Raylan's teacher, she writes. It brings me much joy and positivity in our classroom in Southview Elementary. Congratulations.
I forgot to mention, I want all the students to meet me back there by that banner, and I got a certificate, and we're going to take pictures of you together. So from the middle school, nominated by Mrs. Weedman, is it Emma Sir. The 5th grade team would like to nominate Emma Sir for the Tiger Spotlight Award. Emma demonstrates the tiger traits in everything that he does as an exceptional role model for his peers. He is kind, hardworking, and enjoys learning new things. He is a friend to all, and it has been a delight to teach this year. Congratulations, Emma, and keep up the great work.
From the high school, nominated by Mr. Maxwell and Ms. Skalicki and Ms. Bossett, Drew Dunn. We are proud to recognize 9th grade student Drew Dunn for his outstanding contributions to our school community. Drew is an enthusiastic learner with an excellent work ethic, as evidenced by his active participation in band, swimming, speech, knowledge bowl, and beats. Despite his demanding academic and extracurricular schedule, Drew consistently demonstrates patience and a willingness to help his classmates. His dedication and positive attitude have made him a valuable addition to our high school this year. Congratulations, Drew, on your remarkable achievements.
And from the ALC, nominated by Mrs. Elton, Alexis Boone. Alexis comes to school each day with a friendly smile and a positive attitude. She is determined to do well in all her classes and will ask for assistance when needed. She takes an active role in learning and sets a good example for those around her. She is a joy in our class.
So students, if you would meet Mr. Coleman by the tiger sign back there, he'd take a picture. And then families, if you would like to take a picture as well during this time, you're welcome to come and take a picture too.
Take the picture.
Spot it better.
You might want to jump in the picture.
That's all right.
Silas, congratulations. There you go. Want to get out of the way.
Let's give them one more hand. Very proud of all of you. Families, you're welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting if you like, but we would not consider it rude if you want to leave either. We understand you have little ones and it's mealtime.
You have to watch it live. Yeah.
Mrs. Elton, I did think you would stay though. I thought you'd stay though.
Well, I was contemplating staying for these guys. I might just.
It will be riveting.
All right, we'll be riveting. They even have matching shirts.
Yes. Yours is on order. She's gonna t-shirt, sweatshirt. We don't know yet.
I don't care.
Surprise.
Okay.
All right, our next item is a public forum. Is there anybody from the public want to approach the board? Seeing none, seeing no one, we'll move on to our presentation at Marshall High School Tiger Cafe. Welcome.
We should have got you one too, I suppose.
Gosh, you got shirts and everything.
I know.
Nice.
Sorry, Brian.
Brian, where's your shirt, Brian?
High class here, so.
Got a clicker there for you.
Thank you. Okay. Well, thanks for having us here tonight. I want to just kind of highlight the work experience opportunities that are available to the secondary level students here in Marshall Public Schools. And then specifically, we're going to focus on two of our newest programs that have been in place now. I think this is year number 3, year number 2. And just kind of update the board as to what's occurring and how it's going, and possibly some opportunities for the future. And so at the secondary level, and so both at Marshall High School and at our ALC, I want to talk a little bit about work experience opportunities that we have for our students. And so at our ALC, our work experience program, students, as you know, it's a credit recovery model. And so students who are working a certain number of hours a week, and I believe that's 15 hours per week, have the opportunity to earn some academic elective credit. And that helps them immensely in making up credits because they are at the ALC, because they are behind in credits. And so many of those students are juggling working and school. And so having that opportunity to earn some credit is helping them be able to get to on-time graduation and graduate. And that's been in place at our ALC for well over a decade. And so that's nothing new. At Marshall High School, we also have our career internship program, which has been in place also for probably close to between 15 and 18 years. So nothing new. You've heard and seen presentations. Many of you have come to those, our open houses. We just had one last week at the end of the semester where students are kind of showcasing their research project that they've done as part of their career internship experience. And so with this program, in the past and in this year, we have worked with Minnesota West, so they earn some elective college credit as well as high school credit. But really the focus of this is to give students a glimpse into some careers versus maybe just a part-time job that they're working on the side. And so they're studying. We've had students do a number of different types of career internships, education, medical. We've had students do it in HVAC. We've had them do some, over the years, law enforcement, morticians, you name it. Over the last 18 years, we've had really a wide variety of internships. And that wouldn't be possible without the support of mentors within the Marshall community working and opening up time to mentor those students. But today, we want to focus specifically on some opportunities of work experience for some of our students who may not get always some of those same opportunities that our others have. So here with me tonight, I have Nicole Jans. Nicole's a special education teacher at Marshall High School, and Carrie Loft. And Carrie Loft is an English language learner teacher also at Marshall High School. And so they're going to talk about some opportunities and experiences that the students that they work with have now through some of our programming.
Okay, I'll start with the PAYS Lab. Our seniors, EL students, get to experience the PAYS Lab, and if you haven't been there, you need to go check it out. They're working in 5 different job areas, and their English level doesn't matter. This is kind of maybe for some of the lower students who it's going to be a struggle to graduate. We just want to get them some skills. And so they're working in their 5 different areas. Sometimes they're very self-confident and they can do the work, they can read the card, perform the jobs. But with maybe this last group, their English level was still low enough where it was more of, I will help you through the process. And so either way, they're getting hands-on experience, and they love coming to the middle school. They come quarter 2 and quarter 4 for 1 block. But I just want to give you can see this is just some of the areas. Electrical in the middle is one of my favorites because you learn how to wire your own house. I mean, they can go home and do some of these jobs. I do want to shout out to Erica Hess at the PAYS Lab. I think she does a wonderful job at expanding our PAYS Lab. She's recently got, you can see we have a hair and nails area. Also, there's going to be a bike repair place, and she's working on medical, some medical jobs. And like today, I just sent an idea of, hey, how about how to tie knots? I love learning how to tie knots and how to even tie a tie. So there's things that it's just an ever-growing program. Our students love it. The skills they're learning from it will help them in their future career. So
These are high school kids?
These are high school.
Are they bused over here for that?
We drive the van.
The van.
We do have a special ed group that also Carrie goes block 3, and then our special ed students go block 4. And they do have a special transportation that they get.
So our middle school kids use it the rest of the day, and then when it's prep time for Erica, these guys come over and use that room for high school kids too.
Quarters.
There's a fairly significant expense in creating this space, so maximizing use of that space, and it's amazing for the kids down there.
That's great.
So
And for our EL students, as Carrie mentioned, these are some students who may have a hard time earning credits for graduation. And in part, it's not because of their English skills, but maybe they come to us at an older age and they can only stay in school until the age of 21. So they may age out before they have had the opportunity to earn the 30.5 credits needed for graduation. So our focus becomes on how can we get them some employability and job skills, so when they are finished with us, they can go out and an employer can look at them and hire them in a competitive wage position.
Perfect. So I think Pays Lab, this is the third year Pays Lab, right? And so like I said, our 11th grade special ed students are part of the Pays Lab for 2 quarters in an employability skills class. And we were really excited about it, but then we were kind of finding that when they get to 12th grade, what's next? Because these kids still have employability needs. And they're about to enter the job force or maybe go to a post-secondary program. And so we started really thinking about how can we get them the job skills they need? Because it's really easy to teach about taking initiative and time management in a classroom setting, but those skills are hard to apply if you don't actually have a work experience. So our special ed team, we're looking at the students and we decided to apply for a LIFT grant. And we did this 2 years ago, or about a year and a half ago. We applied for a LIFT grant, and Mainstay Cafe was our business partner. We got the grant just as a way to increase employment and career skills for our students, especially that 12th grade transition class. And we purchased a bunch of equipment, kind of coffee shop style. We use the Tiger Den area right in the cafeteria. And we've trained our students on how to make smoothies, hot coffee drinks, and we have square systems to help deliver them. So how it works is we send a link to our teachers. Right now I'm doing it Wednesdays and Fridays. So the teachers get a link, they can place an order, and then those orders get printed on little slips. So then our students, come to class, they read the slips, they go make them, and we have different jobs within Tiger Cafe. So every day it's different. We have a work schedule. So they go and they look at their work schedule, and so they might be on delivery, they might be on dishes, they might be on the barista shift. And so it really involves all of them with a different job where they're actually applying those employment areas that we want them to. We say the specific skills are teamwork, social skills, money management, budgeting, supply and demand awareness, janitorial tasks, the soft skills, and just a ton more. And so we opened it probably October last year, and just super excited about it. And so we're like, we have to do more than just 2 blocks a week. And so I talked with Carrie and involved Carrie and her EL class in the process. And it's been an awesome experience for our students. They deliver to the classrooms, and every once in a while, as a reward, some teachers will allow the students to order from them as well. And it's just been such a positive experience for our students in special ed, but our students in gen ed as well, because our kids are going in and they're the experts, and they're kind of the ones that are coming with something that's pretty novel, and pretty exciting, because I think everybody likes the Tiger Cafe. So it's just been fun to see them in that experience and just in a new light, and it's been very positive. And we feel like these skills are going to be able to transition beyond high school, and it's not just learning it in a classroom. But there's days where we're super busy, and so those skills of taking initiative and time management really come out. And there's times where kids just notice, like, wow, the people in back making smoothies, they're busy, I need to help out. And so they'll rush in and help out. And those are things, like I said, in a classroom setting, just talking about it, it's a lot different than applying it. So it's been a really positive experience. Some pictures. So the top corner, like I said, we have these square readers, so we can accept Apple Pay, credit card, cash payments. And then we've got some pretty high-tech machines. So we've got some Vitamix blenders, an espresso machine. We recently got a convection oven, so we can do some cookies and churros. We're trying some scones. We had a good connection with Yellow, but that ran out. So now we're trying to find a new scone provider. But yeah, it's been super cool. Any questions about Tiger Cafe or anything to add?
Like for my English learners, they're beginning, they have good English skills, but all of the equipment, I've had to train them what its name is. And, thing like you think of a straw or a lid. We had to learn all of that. They have to follow the steps it's not just throw it under the coffee maker. There's steps that they have to follow. And so we all have the same product every time, but they love Tuesdays and Thursdays, block one. My students love it. I enjoy it too because these kids are learning so much by doing the hands-on
Yeah.
and just working together. And I don't think they would get this opportunity. Most of these students don't have a part-time job,
Yep.
but now they've got to experience that.
So what's the demand like? What's a typical morning? Do you get a lot of coffee orders or?
Carrie does block 1 Tuesdays, Thursdays, then I do block 4 Wednesday, Friday. busy.
Smoothies are very popular.
Okay.
Yeah.
But today there were a lot of hot drinks, and also, you know, these kids also get to see it is stressful, and even their supervisor gets stressful and gets like, come on, you know, so they get that feeling of a tough boss too, because we got to get these things, we got the next class to go to, so.
And we try and reward them, like, you know, for different work behaviors, you know, with certain behaviors, because we can't pay them, you know, for a school class like this, but they get to earn free drinks or free, you know, tickets. And it's also been like a good positive reward. Like a couple times, Carrie did something over Thanksgiving where she allowed teachers to nominate students. Last year, at the end of the year, we had like kind of a surplus of products. So we're like, hey, nominate a student and put a little note and we'll deliver it. And so there's been a lot of, especially because we had all the funds to buy the initial stuff. So money we make stays within our program, our Tiger Cafe. So we feel like we can really use it as a way to build that positive behavior, support tool too.
And this week is paraprofessional week,
Yep.
so we are surprising paraprofessionals
Yep.
with
Free
smoothies.
orders
They're
on
all watching, so
Tuesdays
you
and
just spoiled
Thursdays.
the
I know, you just spoiled it. So yeah, it's been a really cool experience, and I think the kids love it. And like we have a lot of students, both special ed and general ed, that will say, "Hey, how can I get in that class?" And you know, I think they think it's cool, and I think the relationship and kind of just how the gen ed and special ed students are and EL students are kind of meshing together, you know, it's been really fun to see. So
So do they learn how to order the supplies? Do they keep track of that, or is that?
we're working on that. That's the hard part because it goes fast. I mean, inventory is nuts. We'll have a busy day and it's like, oh my gosh, we're all out of strawberry banana smoothie mix, you know? We would like that. And we were talking, you know, about different jobs. Right now, I feel like our jobs keep us really busy, the ones that are currently happening within the program, that I don't know that we have time to do that yet, but that would be something that we would like to do in the future. Just so they're the ones ordering it. Right now, it's like, oh, we got to get that ordered as fast as we can, kind of last minute. So, yeah.
Just so you guys have done a great job with that. It's been everything I've heard about that program is positive. So thank you. For your work with
It's
that.
been really fun for both of us and very rewarding. So then on the other days where my students are not in Tiger Cafe, everything kind of fell into place all at once with getting the LIFT grant and then also making a connection at SMSU. So these students in this Block 4 class of mine are getting a lot of experience. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we partnered with SMSU and Chartwells in their dining center. So I have a group of 8 students and we go over there. We take the school van right after Carrie's done using it. And we work in their dining center. And so they're developing real life job skills with not just me as their supervisor in the Tiger Cafe, but a real boss at SMSU. And I'm there as well, but they're working in the dish room, they're cutting and preparing fruits and vegetables, they're filling napkins and cereals and wiping tables, and just working on various skills. And then they rotate on a bi-weekly basis. So they do a job for a couple weeks, and then they'll switch to a different one so that they're gaining skills throughout the whole SMSU department, Chartwell's department. And pretty exciting. We are also able to get the students paid through Private Industry Council, PIC, through their work experience. So when we're over there for about 3 hours a week, they're getting paid for a career internship. So lots of really cool opportunities. And these kids, like I said, I think we're always like, oh, you know, what's next for some of these kids? But these are real resume things that they can add. You know, the Tiger Cafe is a good volunteer experience, and then this is an actual job that they've had. So it's been really awesome. And I think they feel a sense of pride having that job and being over there too. So
Is there a piece to help them put on a resume this experience?
Yeah, so yesterday e-learning, we did some resume building, but yeah, definitely we help with that. So Mondays are our classroom day. So on Mondays, you know, if there's something that's like, oh, the Tiger Cafe, you know, I've noticed this, we maybe need to do a lesson on this, or we need to develop the resume or the cover letter. So yep, so they'll all leave high school with that developed and ready to go. So yeah.
And SMSU and Chartwell's have been.
They've been awesome.
Great partners.
Yep. They've been great to work with. You know, today with our schedule being kind of goofy, we didn't make it over there, and, you know, they're great about being flexible, and they always have jobs for us to do. They save some certain jobs that they know, like I have one student that loves to fill the napkins and the cereal, and so that's always saved for that student. And I think it kind of came out of the fact that they were short-staffed for a while over there, so we felt we were able to fill a need for them. And it's good for the college students. It's kind of funny because sometimes the college students coming in, the students have an option to wear the SMSU shirt. So they'll ask them questions because they think that their employees there. So, you know, they'll ask about, oh, my card isn't working. And you can just see, you know, the kids look at me like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. But I think that's like really awesome too. Like that they're able to feel really a part of it. They don't just feel like a student coming in and having this work experience. They feel like that's their job. And when they're there, it is. I mean, they do a nice job. So,
Really neat.
yeah. So we've been busy. Any questions?
Great program.
Thank
Very
you.
creative.
They do a great job, so we're lucky to have them and want to take that initiative to move this forward for our kids. It really is something that we've not had at Marshall High School for a long time.
I like that kind of thinking outside the box.
Yeah, it's been good, and it keeps us busy, and it's good for the kids. So,
It's a great
All right.
example of meeting the mission statement too, preparing kids for success. So thank you guys for your
yes,
work.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Next item is a consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Let's see, a motion by Sarah Brink and a seconded by Jeff to approve the consent agenda. Before we vote on it, I just want to make a couple comments. I want to thank Truestone Financial for their donation on behalf of Jaden Meister. If you don't know, Jaden Meister won Kara Levin's Play of the Week back during football season. And I also want to thank Jaden for his incredible one-handed interception that he made to win that award. So thank you to Truestone, and also thank you to the Golf Boosters for their donation of the golf simulator. So our kids can golf all year round now, right?
That's right.
So I will call for the vote. And the consent agenda is approved. Next item is approval of the bills.
Motion to approve.
Thanks, Jeff. I will second it. Any discussion? If not, I will call for the vote. And that is approved. The bills have been paid. Next item is the treasury report for December. Any discussion or information on this that we need to know?
I would just point out now that you can see the health insurance fund balance there being listed. After our audit, we did some adjustments to be appropriately reporting those numbers, so.
Thank you. Anything else? Moving on to board forum, any reports? The Executive Governance Committee met right before this meeting. We discussed a few things, discussed an MOU for an update on our sub pay, and that's in the hands of the MEA right now. So when they get through voting on that, we will probably approve that at the next meeting. We talked about the READ Act progress and where the teachers are in their training on that. And then we talked about next year's budget and what we're going to do with that. We won't get into details on that tonight, but more information coming later. So anybody else have any?
The finance committee, they met was it last week. Again, the topic of the budget obviously was discussed. A lot of discussion still to be had on that. So stay tuned.
Thank you. Item is our administrative reports. Jeremy.
All right. I just want to share my report that I was able to attend the MSBA conference last week with all of you. We had a couple district staff members come along as well. Sarah Kirchner came along and Tricia Stelter came along. We were able to attend a number of sessions. We learned a lot about current trends in education and just got to know each other a little bit better. So good conference and time well spent. So thank you, board members, for making that work. I know with other full-time jobs, it's a lot, but it was, I think, a very time well spent. Like I said, good conference. I also just want to note the weather this week certainly has messed up a bit with our start to the new semester, but I think it's finally feeling a little bit warmer outside. That whatever it was this afternoon is a lot warmer than it was this morning and yesterday. So glad to see that and heading back the right direction. So should be back on track now for second semester. Parkside Early Childhood Report. They share the positive behavior interventions and supports. Their PBIS model at Parkside, they call it Tiger Pride. It significantly improves student behavior and school culture since its implementation. By focusing on prevention and positive reinforcement, the program helps recover valuable instructional time and supports academic and social goals. Additionally, social emotional learning, or SEL teachers, provide essential skills and individualized support to students, enhancing their success. So Darcy talks about that program in her report. They also share the Ties and Tiaras. It's the annual father-daughter dance at Parkside. It's scheduled for February 21st, and it goes from 6:30 to 8:30. To register, families can contact community services for that. At Southview, Pete shares that midway testing is underway. Their DIBELS testing has been completed. That data is what we use to monitor student growth and placement in interventions. NWA testing is also wrapping up at that site. Gives us a measure of individual student growth so far this year. Just a reminder to the board members, NWA we're not doing at Parkside this year. We're using just DIBELS at Parkside this year. So NWA and DIBELS is happening at Southview. He also shares that on January 24th in the afternoon, they have scheduled their quarter 2 PBIS celebration. Students are going to pick from 4 different choices. They have a dance party, bingo, art activity, or board games. So Jeff, we're hoping you'll come to the dance party and help out with that. It's going to be an all-school activity. Hoping students just can enjoy that time with the staff, celebrating the good work they did for second quarter. There'll also, of course, be the T-shirt drawings and Tiger token prizes and all that stuff happening at that event. Middle school shares they are also wrapping up their mid-year NWA testing. I think actually I heard today they are now complete. They're reviewing that data, measuring student growth, and helping determine effectiveness of interventions. She notes, we are pleased to report a fantastic first semester at the middle school with high morale among students and staff. The BAR program has shown a decline in level 3 and 4 behaviors, that's the bigger behaviors, due to increased staff supervision and administrative presence. However, we have seen a slight increase in level 1 and level 2 behaviors throughout the year. Daily attendance remains steady at 93 to 96%, but we do have 15% of students at the middle school who are noted as chronically absent. So we're sending some letters of concern and contacting parents, having some conversations around that. Also addressing some missing assignments, noting that to be an area of concern at the middle school, just as we're digging in data and finding some practice things and how we can address some of those behaviors. High school, he notes that the 25-26 registration book is in the final stages of completion, with staff reviewing the book and suggesting their final updates. Meeting with 8th grade students and various feeder schools is happening during January. And February, we will start the registration process. We're already starting to plan for next year. He also notes that 9th and 10th grade students with the start of the new semester will again have 30 minutes of the 1-hour lunchtime where they will be attending guided study time. During the spring semester, students attend guided study for 2 to 4 weeks and try to get off to a good start with the new semester 2 classes. Brian also shares as part of the work with the BAR program, they're continuing to track various types of student data at the high school as well, frequently sharing results by looking at percentage of students passing on the classes, but we're also looking very specifically at attendance. There's some ongoing goals and some work the admin team is doing around attendance, just understanding that attendance is a predictor of student success. Tracking weekly attendance for each grade level and looking at grade level attendance. Those are chronically absent, like the middle school mentioned as well. and those who are absent 25% of the time or more. So I think on board reports and such, you'll hear us talking more about attendance rates and that chronically absent percentage, and communicating with families and having some conversation around attendance as really a predictor of student success. ALC and CTI, Dan shares that autos and manufacturing courses are moving strong. They're busy working on projects. We have a new CNC mill. Some of the grants that we've been getting are purchasing some additional equipment for that manufacturing part of that program. The CNC mill is in, but is being assembled yet. It'll be a great addition to that manufacturing program. The addition of the mill will allow us to expose students to the machining industry. We also have a new CNC plasma table that was a grant that has helped us award to purchase that. That's been ordered, it just has not arrived yet. At the CTI Center, we are moving toward becoming a manufacturing center. The goal is to develop a small student-driven business making a variety of products that we can sell. So things we've talked about, I've shared with some board members, but I know they're looking at building some trailers that would be for sale to community members, and fire pits are another thing we've talked about is probably a starting project. Dan also shares that students in the CNA program are finishing up their course with 16 hours of clinicals. The nursing home in Dawson has been gracious and allowed our students to complete their clinicals there. They completed certification tests just at the semester change time here. So we have 13 new CNAs that have finished the program. So that was a very successful program this last semester. In special ed this month, Jackie highlights the grade 2 through 4 special ed team at Southfield Elementary. They have been applying the READ Act training, trying to better match interventions to student needs and integrating new paraprofessionals into the building. One classroom over this last month decorated a tree topper for the Pride in the Tiger Foundation Christmas tree. That was at the Christmas tree walk. Another classroom wrote thank you notes for donations and created some calm down sensory bottles for each student. They've really been dedicated and had some really creative things within that school community. I don't know if you guys got to that Christmas tree walk with that Pride in the Tiger tree. Our classrooms all made ornaments and decorated that tree, and they did very well on the Christmas tree walk competition, but just a fun way to recognize our students too. That was a very well done tree. In Mary Kay's report this month, she shares that families of high school age students of American Indian group, they received information from the district regarding SMSU event It Begins With Us. The speaker for the event is Dr. Anton Trower. He is a Native American author of many books and a professor of Ojibwe at Bemidji State University. The APAC group is supporting families and student requests for registration for that event. So families interested in that can contact the APAC group and talk about registering for that event. In activities, a lot of things taking place activities. Boys basketball hosted a successful Hoops Invitational Showcase over the holiday break. During the two-day event, we hosted 24 games across SMSU and high school facilities. The event was a tremendous success, not only for basketball, but also for other activities, as the speech team, for example, managed concessions as a fundraiser for the trip to Harvard. Thank you to everyone who contributed to making that a successful event. It's a big event with lots of teams and lots of people coming and going. Mitch shares that they are thrilled to report a 6% increase in registrations for winter activities when compared to last year. So more kids participating, which is always good. He also shares gymnastics hosted its annual Winterfest Gymnastics Invite, welcoming several Big South teams. The celebration, it was a celebration of athleticism and sportsmanship. MHS Dance placed second at the Big South meet recently, and the team continues to grow and achieve higher scores with each competition. They also performed at the boys basketball game last week. It was great to see them perform in front of our fans. That was a well-attended and exciting event. Winter sports teams just in general having a really great season. Wrestling, girls hockey, boys basketball, girls basketball have all had a lot of success. All four of those teams are currently ranked in the top 10, a testament to their hard work, talent, and dedication. 9th grade wrestling team made it to state event in Mora this past weekend where they took state runner-up. Also, finally, he recognizes Coach Cassie Weiss. She had her 100th career win this last week. So congratulations to Coach Weiss and the program as they continue to reach new heights as well. In her report this month, Beth talks about February 14th. That is a professional development day. We will be hosting breakout sessions in the morning and some specific building-wide activities in the afternoon. I know one of the events we're doing that day is a poverty simulation. So if any board members would be interested in participating in that or being part of that event, this should be a powerful event for our staff. She also shares that Access for ELs is an annual assessment for multilingual learners that takes place January 27th to March 21st. And that means we start next week. That covers listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Mid-year benchmarking is also ongoing with students in grades 3 through 12 taking the math and reading NWA in elementary, completing DIBELS assessments to guide instruction. Finally, Beth shares that on February 10th, we have a mid-year staff development meeting that will review professional development plan and upcoming options, initiatives, aims to support staff development and student progress. In Sarah's report, she talks about some finance things. She says, we have continued to reinvest in CDs with consistent rates at or above 4.5% with staggering maturity dates. The Department of Ed has scheduled some reviews for us. We have 2 desk reviews going on right now. This is just part of the audit season. One is of our special ed funds. Another is the COVID funds. We're also undergoing a Teachers Retirement Association payroll audit that is being led by Lindsay, our payroll person, and Kate Versable, our HR person. Additionally, the accounting team is busy with year-end tasks, including preparing the revised budget, sending out W-2s, and processing 1099s. Co-op has been instrumental assisting with all of those. So a lot of things happening in the back office right now. Operations, Tricia shares custodial department is participating in various trainings throughout the year, enhancing skills and support staff and supporting that staff. In December, they attended a supervisory skills session. In February, they're focusing on daily job duties. Over the break, speakers and an announcement system were installed at the ALC, which will improve communication for staff and students. So actually what we did is the speakers and announcement system that was at the previous site, we took out of that site and we had taken it with us. We just didn't get it installed before we moved in. So that happened over the break and it is now up and running. Additionally, Tricia shares in hers, MDE awarded us recently a grant of just over $15,000 for a cold serving counter at Parkside. So a big thank you to Jill Schroeder for her work in helping make that grant come together, along with Shelley Cunningham. Those initiatives just strengthen the team and improve facilities for our school community. That's my report.
Thanks, Jeremy. Our next item is a discussion item, the first review of policies 525 to 531, 533 to 534, and 540. Any questions or concerns with these policies?
Nothing of significant change in any of these, just a review of all of them.
Okay. Next item is the second review of all those policies listed there. I'm not going to name them all off. So if anybody has any questions or concerns, let's speak up now. I assume these are just all
just regular reviews.
reviews.
No significant changes in any of them.
Okay. If nothing else, I will adjourn the meeting. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.